So I'm just going to show you a map of our trip. This is Chiang Mai up here. We'll be following the Highway 11 down to Lampung. This is Lampung here, or Lamphun, depends how you say it. And then we keep going on the Highway 11 over some hills here, and then we come off at this junction onto the 2031 where we head up north. And our first stop is at this train station called Tha Chompu, which is quite a quaint station. So I'll be stopping there. And this is the main landmark in the area, which is the White Bridge. We'll obviously be stopping there as well. And then we head up and onto this road, which is quite twisty, as you can see. This goes uphill to this station here, which is Kuntan, and that's Thailand's highest train station. And then we'll be heading back down the way we came, back on the 2031, and heading north back into Chiang Mai province, where we'll pick up this road, which is the 1229, that goes over some more hills until we meet the 1317. And this is where you have a choice. You could either go left and go back into Chiang Mai city, or you can visit the hot springs at San Kampang, but I'll do those on another video. So we made it to Tha Chompu railway station, which is the station before the White Bridge. The White Bridge is about 2 kilometers up the road from here. But I thought I'd just pop here to see this cute station, because so much of Thailand's rail network is really cute, just out of Thomas the Tank Engine stories. It's more like a heritage railway, really. But it's what the Thais have to use. Well, not have to use, but they do use it. So let's have a look around the station, and then we'll make our way up to the bridge. It's almost, it could be the station master's house. Live right on the station. Handy. This is what I love about these places as well. I mean, look, the grass has just been cut. They really make them pretty. And I saw pictures of this station and I thought, we've got to stop here because it's on the way. And you can see Kuntan is the highest station in Thailand, and we'll be going there. That's the other side of the White Bridge. And Salamay Thar is on the way to Chiang Mai. And we're about 55 kilometers away from Chiang Mai by road. I think it's a little bit less than 70 kilometers by train. So it has to weave around and avoid some of the mountains. It's really cute, this station. Antique weighing machine. It looks like there's only 2 trains a day. I think one must go in one direction and the other in another. Hello, Sawadee. Hello. This is the signal, guys. Taking a minute. So we just arrived at the White Bridge. It's really quiet here. I think I'm the only person here. And in fact, one cafe just down the road, which I was hoping to get a nice mocha or something, is closed. Lack of tourists. But that's the White Bridge. And I believe it was built in 1920 when the railway, well, obviously was built. And originally it was painted black. But during World War II, the locals actually painted it white. And the reason for that is, if it's a white bridge, it would be very difficult for aircraft to bomb it. And the aircraft were obviously American, the Allies, so they couldn't see it from the air. So that's why it still survives today. And that over there is a golf course. It's very, very pretty. I think these are the times of the trains that come past here. So the nearest one's 10:43, which is about 15-20 minutes away. So we'll just hang around here and wait for that one. In the meantime, let's go over. And that direction's to Chiang Mai. That's where we just come from. The other station, Tha Chompu. And this direction is to Lampang and Bangkok. So picturesque. Look at that. you can see why it's so popular normally. There's nobody here at all. It's a beautiful day. There's not even anybody on the golf course. Pretty little place. Hello, Sawadika. Sawadika. Al mocha yen?
Mocha yen.
Chai chai cup. Hello. We've got a really good view for the train. We just come upstairs in this cafe. It's a bit too sunny at the front here, but we'll sit in the shade until the train comes along. Ooh, I just heard a beep. Not a beep, a toot. I think it's coming. Here's the train. That now's got to go through these hills that you can see right in front of me. These are the Kuntan mountains. We'll go up into those after I've had my coffee. Up to Thailand's highest station. I think I've just heard another train coming from the same direction. Ah, it's a freight train. They're like buses, these trains. We're doing really well with the trains today. I've just been here about 2 minutes and here's a train, another freight train. Yeah, I've just ran down to the tunnel, which is literally about 50 meters in front of me, and the train's just waiting to go through the tunnel. It's just handed the guard at the station the token for them to go through safely, but we'll capture it going through the tunnel, which is great. Been really lucky, as I said, with the trains, so let's see it go through.
Well, that was a bit of fun. Good timing yet again. So here we are at Kuntan tunnel, and this is Thailand's longest tunnel at 1,352 meters. I think that's about 4,500 feet, between 4,500 and 5,000 feet long. And construction started in 1907, but it wasn't finished until 1918. They've got to dig right through granite, these mountains, the Kuntan mountains, which separate really the far north of Thailand from the plains south of here. Were a formidable natural barrier, so that's why it took so long. Plus, it took so long because so many labourers died. It's said more than 1,000 labourers died building this tunnel, either through malaria or they still had tigers in the area. In fact, I've read reports of them shooting quite a few tigers here 100 or so years ago when they were constructing this tunnel. And the other problem that they had was they had German engineers here, and the chief engineer's memorial is just down the track here towards the station. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But he and the rest of the German engineers, they were arrested, they were detained because Thailand joined forces with the Allies in World War I, and the chief engineer, whose name I forgot now, but I'll come to that in a minute, he was actually detained in British India. He came back to Thailand, I think in the 1920s, and he died here in 1962. And as I say, there's a memorial to him just down there. So this is a memorial to the engineer who constructed the tunnel, Emil Eisenhofer. And he was born in 1879 in Munich. And as I said before, he died in Bangkok in 1962. And he was in the service of the State Railways of Siam between 1903 and 1917. Oh, there's a photo of him here. And this memorial is also to his wife. Absolutely beautiful little station, this. I wonder how many passengers actually use this station. So that's 683 kilometres away from Bangkok. nose inside here. All the signals and points, and you can see the junction. So there's a few lines here. As I said before, the train system in Thailand is very much an antique piece. It's beautiful to look around. Not much in the way of modern technology. Some toilets here. There's the tickets. Another weighing machine, of course. The shrine. This is cute. A little model of the tunnel. And this is how high up we are. 578 meters, which I think is about 1900 feet. So we just turned off onto this road, which is the 1229. This is going to take us over the hills towards Mayon and Sankampeng. So part way along the 1229 is this shrine with a big Buddha. I think it marks the highest point of these hills that we're climbing over before we make our way down into Mayon. Let's have a look around. So we just come off the 1229 onto the 1006, and this is where it meets the 1317. The 1317 goes back to Chiang Mai to the left, and to the right that goes up to Sankampeng Springs and a cave, which I'll do another day. And I'm going to go home now, and that's the end of the trip basically. So I hope you enjoyed it. See you later another time. Bye for now.